Alright lads, so tomorrow morning we are going to be getting the brand new arena banner featuring two brand new characters, TSUKISHIMA and Moeih, and I want to more so spend the rest of this video talking about these two particular characters, not so much talk about the banner itself, because one, these two characters got obviously leaked a couple of days beforehand, and we haven't really talked about them in the last 2 or so days since they had been officially announced. Now the banner itself is probably one of the better arena banners that we have gotten thus far, because you have 3 characters right here, 3 arena characters, so for those that actually do care about arena, maybe you would want to do a few more of these, but I only recommend doing the first step. We are getting closer to the end of the year. It's literally the end of year banner is here in less than 21 days. Poll selection is here in less than 20 days, so you want to make sure you have also those banners, because those are the ones you want to summon for, not banners like this, because these two characters, Moeih and TSUKISHIMA, are premium characters, and you're better off spending orbs on a point event, for example, in the hopes to try and get these characters or past arena characters or just other better premium characters. So that's why I'm not really here to talk about the banner, but the banner is it's just So the two new characters, we have Moeih and TSUKISHIMA. Now the main thing to take away from this just from the get-go is that Moeih is more so designed for arena, while TSUKISHIMA is a good character in arena too. Don't get me wrong, but he's also going to be pretty good for just normal content. More so than Moeih, because Moeih is a NAD-based character with no guard breaks. You don't really want to use him all too much. The other usage you can get out of this character is going to be on Guild Quest, for example, the No Affiliation Week, where he will do pretty decent. Does he have any immunities? Let me quickly check. He has weaken resistance, which is pretty much useless in No Affiliation Week for GQ, but at the very least, No Affiliation is burn, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not like he's getting frozen or paralyzed, so he can take the burn damage and still do a lot of damage, because right here, this character is a NAD-based character, so 25% no attack damage. Into his skills, he has a 50% strong attack damage buff, a 40% no attack damage buff, so 65% there with his no attack string. 40% devastation, kind of a throwaway for the most part. Flurry +1, so in combination of that and also his high bruiser, he's going to be hitting pretty damn hard. Last ditch survival, so if he ever does die, he's going to revive. Pretty good for just altering content, for example. Long reach +20% was starting. We've yet to see a character get flurry, long reach, and guard break, but oh, shout out to this lad right here, Rion Mizukage, much love, my G. So we've yet to see a character get long reach, guard break, and flurry, but long reach is actually very good on NAD characters because it just gives them extra range on their NAD string. So normally they would get a 375 radius. In this case, Moeih does get a 450 radius. So he does have, you know, just a better chance to hit enemies, which is always good when it comes to your NAD string. Then he also does a poise, so if he does get hit, he doesn't have to worry about getting staggered. And then he does have Sprinter +1. And then into his Soul Tree, he does have Dodge No Affiliation damage. So yeah, actually put him into the No Affiliation Week of GQ. He's going to be performing pretty decent there. But obviously, since he is on an arena banner, he is being designed for arena. And this is mainly where the character is going to shine. So as for his arena Soul Tree, he does come with minus 10% damage taken, which is basically the set standard when you have it. When you have NAD as your soul trait, you get DR as your arena soul trait. In addition to that, instead of getting a stat buff like 45 attack or 90 attack or even focus, for example, he is instead going down the Bruno route where he's actually offering extra normal attack damage, which is definitely better than just 45 or 90 attack. This is very good for himself and also future speed characters that are NAD based when it comes to using them in arena. As for his skills, he has all stats +40, that's normal. Start power up item +2. This is one of the main reasons why someone like Bruno, for example, is really good, because Bruno, you start off with like a 60% stat buff. These stats that you see in arena, if these are his arena stats, I don't think they are, it doesn't matter, because he starts with 60% extra stats, and that just means you can just almost one-shot characters a lot quicker, because when you are using them in arena, you're building up the boss, right? Once the boss, the NPCs get to +5, they start to become a lot tankier, they start potentially one-shotting you if they have killer advantage, but having that extra 60% stat, it's going to increase your survivability, and also the damage, and the speed in which you can out-DPS your enemy's team. So this is by far one of the most powerful skills to have in arena, and the fact that he has it is already great, right? In addition to that, he has Flurry +1, so obviously in combination with the fact that he already has Flurry, in arena he is going to have Flurry +2, and then he does get Long Stride just to make him faster. So, quite frankly, this is one of the best arena characters in the game. Like, honestly, he is one of the best characters for arena. In addition to that, he's also, if you haven't noticed, a speed no affiliation killer. So he is literally countering Bruno. I know a lot of people still use Bruno, and if you go into a arena session or season with Bruno and you go against a Moeih, just know the enemy team's going to be clapping your Bruno, and you're going to have a hard time going against him. It's almost going to be rough. Like, you literally want to avoid this character at all costs. But on the bright side, kind of, you're not going to see Moeih that much, because again, not many people pull on arena banners. So most of the time, you're still going to be seeing Brunos more so than Moei's. But if you do have Moe and people are still using Bruno because he's one of the better characters to use for Arena, then that's going to be good for you because now you can just clap those Brunos. So yeah, overall as a Ned character, I think he's actually pretty decent as far as Ned characters do go. The only thing he's really lacking is just guard break. And you know, there's a lot of other characters lacking guard break, so it's not really that much of a bad thing. As a premium character, he's definitely one of the better premium characters that we have received this year. And the only really disappointing thing about him is that he doesn't really have anything to do with his luck ability. In the series himself, I believe his full bring powers is all about luck, but you don't really see that in the game. I would have personally loved, and maybe that would have been a tad bit too broken, if all of his attacks had a chance to instant kill. That would have been cool. Even if it was a lower chance, that would have been actually really, really fun to see. I don't think it would have broken the game. We have cards like 6th Anniversary Eisen, for example, that break the game even more so. I feel like they should have probably done that. At the very least, put instant kill on his soul run, but they didn't do that, unfortunately. But overall, very good Nat character. Like, the only thing he lacks is guard break, but again, he's being designed for Arena, and he is going to be very, very good in Arena. And overall, it's just cool to see a new Moe. New Moe character that's actually good. Can't complain all too much. Now, lastly, let's talk about Tsukishima. How good is Tsukishima? He is, in my opinion, one of the better technical characters in the game. Obviously, when we did react to his initial gameplay, I did say he was probably going to be better than Orihime because we just got Orihime this end of month, where she's also a technical Ronka killer because Tsukishima is also a technical Ronka killer. And they also are both humans, so they're kind of competing for the most part. It's kind of annoying how we have another character that literally has the exact same affiliation killer and attribute combo as a character that we just received less than 10 days ago. It's annoying, but it's killer at the end of the day. Personally, I do, even though they're different characters, this character is more of a DPS character, Orihime is more of a support character. I still believe, though, that Orihime is the better character overall, because she is one of the best supports in the game, and I've yet to showcase her. I might still do it while they're still relevant, but Orihime is actually a really, really good technique character. Personally, one of my more favorite characters of the year, someone that I don't actually own, because everything about her just is great, in my opinion. Like, she's actually very, very good. But we're here to talk about Tsukishima. How does he compete against Orihime? Well, like I said, Orihime is a support character. This character is more of a DPS character because he does have a 40% Berserker, which is already high for the most part, with the fact that he does have Drain on all of his attacks. And Drain is starting to appear... Not even started, it's been like that for a long time. Drain is one of the best stat summons in the game. Essentially, if you don't know what Drain does, when you do inflict it onto an enemy, let's say in Brave Battles, in Arena, for example, they, or even just normal mobs in general, they can't inflict status elements on you. So this makes it one of the best status elements for just altering content. That's one of the main reasons why characters like 6th Anniversary Eisen and also Spirits of Every Jushiro are so OP, because one, they have great altering capabilities, but Drain also allows them to heal up the HP, because I'm not sure if I mentioned that it does actually heal you, and it also stops them from inflicting status elements, which is also just good for survivability. Now for Tsukishima, because he is an SP based character, he doesn't have strong attacks like Eisen. I don't think he's going to be as good as altering. I don't think he's going to be good Alterer at all, in my opinion. But Drain is still great. It's going to allow him to heal back up to full HP. And a lot of the times, if you do invest in characters to like T15, T20, you're going to probably be putting full stam on. You're probably going to be having full stam links on. And always being able to go back to full stam is always going to be great. And it's one of the things I love about characters like this, because he's also been designed in mind to kind of benefit from his status elements. Because as you can see him, he does have damage inflicted at full stamina. So essentially, he has like 60% Berserker. It scales higher because of the way full stam works, but let's just say, for simple terms, it's 60% Berserker, and that's great. And at the same time, he has a way to keep himself at full stam, which is, again, one of the main reasons why I do love someone like 6th Anniversary Eisen. Being able to have more damage at full stam and being able to constantly get back to full stam is great. And you're going to kind of see something similar here with the Tsukishima. He has 40% Devastation, 2-second Debilitator, Frenzy +1, Havoc +20%, which is great, Long Stride and Poise. That is overall just a very good character. Like, again, I'm comparing him to Orihime. They both have good and bad things about them. Realistically, the only bad thing about Tsukishima is his SA2 for the most part, but everything else about him is just great. He's a very, very good character. Now, looking into the attacks that he does have, I didn't really mention about Moe because he is a NAD-based character. We don't really care about his strong attacks, but I do want to mention real quick that Moe does actually have a self-surrounding vortex for his SA2, which is good. But for Tsukishima, his SA1 is going to be a 3000 length beam forward. Very good SA1, pretty much one of the best strong attack ones you can get in the game. That's going to allow him to do very good damage. His SA3 is a full screen, 1200 radius, and then his SA2 is the shockwave attack. And again, there's good and bad things about his attack. Obviously, the most recent character being Don Kanoji, which is honestly kind of killed Don Kanoji in my opinion. He could have been actually he could have been one of the best technical characters in the game had he been given a 960. But when it comes to this attack, what it does is that it hits a lot of times. So as you can see here, it hits 48 times, and that right there is a lot of hits, especially with the fact that it's going to have a potential good chance to inflict drain, to therefore heal you, and at the same time, it does do significantly more damage compared to other strong attacks. As you can see here, his strong attack 3, his strong attack 1, all have a 120% magnification, while his SA2 has a 40% increased magnification, has 160. That means this SA2 can hit very, very hard. But it comes at the downside of being a range collision attack, and by that, you're going to be pushing enemies away. So if you don't position yourself right, there's a lot of the times, even though this strong attack can do a lot of damage, there's also a lot of times that it can do almost no damage, less than a normal strong attack. So you really got to position yourself well to make sure that you do get all the hits in for the most part. And that can be by trapping an enemy in a corner. That can be maybe timing it while, let's say, for example, Guild Quest, if a boss uses a strong attack, if you time it, when they use a strong attack and they kind of like just lunge into you, you can get all the hits in. But most importantly, the main usage out of this SA2 is going against bosses in Arena, for example. And again, he is being designed for Arena here, whereas SA2 is going to be, because bosses don't really get pushed back. In Arena, they do get pushed back, but not so much compared to like normal enemies. In co-op, for example, where you can't actually push back enemies or bosses, that's also going to be great. This is basically a boss killer strong attack. It does a lot of damage to enemies that can't get pushed back, and that's the main usage out of it. So it's kind of a iffy strong attack. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It really depends on where you use it, how you use it, and if you get it off right, then you're gonna be rewarded because you're gonna be doing a lot of damage. But other than that, similar to other characters like Moe and Bruno, for example, he does come with a very good arena soul trait, that being strong attack damage plus 13%, and also minus 10% recharge, which is great because most of these arena characters, when you are SP based, they come with a strong attack damage soul trait, so therefore they could get strong attack recharge as the arena soul trait, and then normally they also come with recharge built into the character, just so they can have that extra bit of recharge and be a good link for arena. In this case though, he is still a recharge character. He comes with SAD in his arena soul trait, and then he also does get minus 10% recharge instead of giving like 90 or 45 SP. This again makes him one of the better technique links in the game for arena characters. And if you don't ever want to use him, if you pull him, and if you ever decide to play arena with a technique character, then you're going to be, you know, happy to have this character as a link. As for his arena skills, again, 40% all stats. Frenzy plus 1, keep in mind he already has Frenzy, so that's basically Frenzy plus 2. He has increased special move usage plus 1, and also Last Ditch survival rate 100%. Last Ditch is also one of the more toxic things in Arena because it stops, you know, stops the enemies from killing you as fast as you can kill them if they're not bringing Last Ditch characters. And nowadays, most Arena characters are coming up with Last Ditch, which is kind of annoying, but not a big of a deal personally. And then, yeah, I kind of like the way they designed it because they didn't give him the +2 start power item like they did for Moe. So they're kind of balancing it out. They are both arena characters in the same banner, but they both do different things. One's NAD based, one's SP based, and I feel like it's kind of cool how they give him different arena skills. Moe doesn't get the special move usage +1 because he's a NAD character, but TSUKISHIMA does, and then he also does come with Last Ditch. He has Poise and Long Stride in his skills, so he's actually more usable as a character for PvE content. So yeah, that's basically the breakdown for those two specific characters, these two new arena characters. Moe, NAD-based character, great in Arena, good in the No Affiliation Week of GQ, decently above average maybe for normal PvE if you want to auto with this character. Other than that though, you probably won't ever reuse him. And then TSUKISHIMA, also very good in Arena, not as good as Moe in my opinion, but TSUKISHIMA is more of a better PvE character for the most part, which I kind of like because again, this is going to make it so there's more better premium characters, so whenever you do pull them from tickets, you're going to be happy to have farmed those tickets. Anyway lads, that was basically the breakdown for these two new characters. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know what you like to think about these characters in the comments below. And before we do end the video, oh, I just did a multi and got Moe. Okay, that's not happening tomorrow, I'll tell you that. Wow. We did all steps and got basically both characters 5-5 for the most part. Look at that. Step 1 Moe, step 3 TSUKISHIMA. That would be great, and that's still going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to be doing like 1 or 2 steps, maybe just 1, buy the ticket, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.